A Million Miles in 1,000 Years is not just about writing a better story, it's about living one. It challenges the idea that life is something that just happens to you, and instead shows how you can actively shape it into something meaningful, adventurous, and unforgettable. If you want to break free from routine, rediscover purpose, and start living a life worth telling, this book is essential. Written by Donald Miller in 2009, the book remains deeply relevant today in a world where many feel stuck in repetition. Miller's journey from a drifting writer to someone rewriting his own life story has inspired millions to rethink how they live. This book is for anyone who feels like their life lacks direction, excitement, or meaning and wants to change that. In this video, I'll break down the entire book, lesson by lesson, covering every major principle and insight in a clear, practical way. You'll learn how Donald Miller transforms the idea of storytelling into a powerful framework for living a more meaningful life. By the end, you'll not only understand the book's core message, but also how to apply its lessons to make your own life more intentional, adventurous, and worth remembering. In this video, we won't cover every single life lesson from Donald Miller's book. Instead, we've chosen 9 core lessons that capture the most important ideas and story arcs, giving you a clear, practical guide to living a more meaningful and adventurous life. Lesson 1. Your life is a story, whether you realize it or not. The core principle. Your life is a story, and you are the main character. Every choice, habit, and action contributes to the narrative. Recognizing this is the first step toward living a meaningful life rather than drifting through routine. Psychologically, humans are wired to understand experiences as stories. We look for beginnings, conflicts, and resolutions. When life feels dull, it's often because there's no clear narrative shaping our experiences. Stories give context, meaning, and direction, helping us feel engaged and alive. Donald Miller illustrates this through his own life. As a successful writer, he realized that from a storytelling perspective, his days lacked drama, challenge, and transformation. Even with accomplishments and recognition, his life would make a dull movie. When filmmakers approached him to adapt his memoir into a film, they bluntly told him his life didn't have enough compelling action or conflict to engage an audience. This moment was a turning point. Miller realized that if his life were a movie, it wasn't worth watching. The lesson here is clear. Comfort and routine may feel safe, but they make life predictable and unremarkable. To live fully, you must start treating your life like a story worth telling. In practical terms, this means asking yourself, if someone were making a movie of my life, would it be exciting, inspiring, or meaningful? If the answer is no, it's time to introduce challenges, experiences, and intentional growth. Small daily choices, learning something new, taking on a physical challenge, or connecting deeply with others begin to shape a story that's worth living. Takeaway: a meaningful life doesn't happen by accident. You have the power to write a better story, and the first step is seeing your life as the story it truly is. Recognize your role as the main character, take responsibility for the plot, and begin living intentionally, because every day you delay is a scene lost. Lesson 2. Great stories require conflict. The main idea of this lesson is simple. A great story cannot exist without conflict. Life's challenges, obstacles, and struggles aren't just problems to endure. They are what give your experiences meaning, depth, and transformation. Avoiding difficulties may feel safe, but it keeps your life predictable and unremarkable. Psychologically, humans naturally seek comfort and predictability. Routine feels secure, and avoiding difficulty is instinctive. However, growth only happens when we step into situations that stretch us beyond our current abilities. Conflict forces creativity, courage, and decision-making, shaping the character of the hero in our story, you. Without conflict, life lacks depth, tension, and meaning. Donald Miller brings this idea to life with examples from both stories and his personal journey. He noticed that the stories we love, films, books, and even real-life narratives, are full of characters facing challenges. Without obstacles, characters remain flat and forgettable. Recognizing this, Miller began introducing intentional conflict into his own life. He took on physical challenges such as long-distance cycling and endurance adventures, and personal challenges like building deeper connections and taking risks in his career. These experiences transformed his life from predictable to memorable, giving him the kind of story that could inspire and engage others. The lesson is clear: struggles are not interruptions, they are the story itself. The discomfort, risk, and uncertainty you face today are the very things that will make your life meaningful tomorrow. To apply this in real life, start by embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. Say yes to opportunities that scare you, whether it's learning a new skill, pursuing a dream, or tackling a difficult conversation. Recognize that every obstacle you encounter is a plot point in your story, shaping your character and your legacy. Takeaway: the challenges you face are not roadblocks, they are the moments that give your story depth, excitement, and significance. The more you embrace conflict, the richer and more compelling your life becomes. Lesson 3. You are the hero, not the victim. The core principle of this lesson is powerful. You must see yourself as the hero of your story, not the victim of circumstances. Life often throws challenges, disappointments, and setbacks at everyone, but how you respond determines whether your story is inspiring or stagnant. Heroes take responsibility, make choices, and act despite fear, while victims wait for life to happen to them. From a psychological perspective, it's easy to fall into a victim mindset. Blaming external factors, circumstances, other people, or past mistakes feels safe because it removes responsibility, but it also removes power. When you see yourself as a victim, your life becomes reactive. Conversely, embracing the hero mindset puts you in control of your narrative, allowing you to shape your life intentionally. Donald Miller illustrates this principle with his own experiences. He realized that much of his unhappiness came from passively reacting to life, waiting for opportunities, complaining about what wasn't working, or avoiding hard choices. The turning point came when he decided to actively participate in his story. He started making intentional decisions to challenge himself physically, emotionally, and professionally. By stepping into the hero role, he transformed his days from routine to meaningful, and his experiences became stories worth telling. The lesson here is simple but transformative. Your life changes the moment you take ownership of it. Waiting for circumstances to improve or for someone else to save your story only leads to frustration and regret. True empowerment comes from acknowledging that you are the main character and your actions define the plot. To apply this in your life, start by shifting your mindset. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I do to move my story forward?" Take responsibility for your decisions, face challenges head-on, and stop blaming external factors. Even small actions like pursuing a goal you've been putting off or taking initiative in your relationships reinforce the hero mindset. Takeaway: when you embrace your role as the hero, you reclaim control over your life. Your story becomes intentional, exciting, and empowering because the only limits are the ones you impose on yourself. Lesson 4. A meaningful life is about others. The key idea of this lesson is this: the most meaningful lives are built around serving others, not just ourselves. Lasting fulfillment comes from making a positive impact on the people around you. Pursuing only personal gain may bring success, but without contribution, it often feels empty. Psychologically, humans are wired for connection. Studies show that people who cultivate relationships and help others report higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. Meaning isn't found in material wealth or personal comfort. It emerges from the bonds we form, the lives we touch, and the difference we make in the world. Donald Miller illustrates this principle through his personal journey. As he examined his life, he realized that focusing only on his career achievements and personal comfort left him unfulfilled. When he started intentionally investing in others, building relationships, supporting friends, and contributing to meaningful causes, his life took on a depth and purpose it had previously lacked. These experiences became the moments that made his story compelling, memorable, and worth telling. Miller noticed that stories, whether in books, movies, or life, become inspiring when the hero contributes to the greater good. The lesson here is simple. Selfish pursuits create shallow stories. Service and connection create rich ones. Your life gains significance when your actions help others, create shared experiences, and leave a positive impact. To apply this in real life, start by looking beyond your personal goals. Ask yourself, how can I make someone else's life better today? This could be as small as helping a colleague, showing kindness to a friend, or volunteering your time for a cause you care about. It could also mean mentoring, teaching, or simply listening to someone who needs support. The key is intentionality. Choose actions that contribute positively to the world around you. Takeaway: a meaningful story is not written in isolation. The richness of your life comes from how you connect, serve, and create impact beyond yourself. By putting others at the center of your actions, your life transforms into a story worth living and remembering. Lesson 5. You must take action. At the heart of this lesson is a simple truth. A meaningful life is built through action, not just intention. Dreams, goals, and plans remain empty unless you take concrete steps to bring them to life. Just as every compelling story advances when the hero acts, your life moves forward only when you do. Psychologically, humans often fall into the trap of planning paralysis. We think, plan, and dream, waiting for the perfect moment to act. This mindset feels safe, but it keeps us stuck in routines and regret. True growth and transformation only come when you step out and do something, even if it feels uncertain or uncomfortable. Donald Miller emphasizes this principle through his own experiences. Early in his journey, he realized that he had ideas for an exciting, meaningful life, but he rarely acted on them. When filmmakers challenged him to live a life worth adapting into a movie, he had to make tangible choices, cycling long distances, embracing physical challenges, and saying yes to opportunities that scared him. Each action added depth, adventure, and transformation to his story. Miller's life began to change only when he moved from intention to execution. The lesson is clear. Clarity often comes after action, not before it. Waiting until everything feels perfect or safe will keep your life static. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a building block in your story. Action creates momentum, confidence, and opportunities for growth. To apply this in your own life, start by identifying one meaningful action you can take today, something that challenges you or moves you towards your goals. It could be starting a new project, taking a course, reaching out to someone, or committing to a healthy habit. Don't wait for inspiration or perfect timing. Action generates momentum, and momentum transforms your story. Takeaway: a life worth living is a life of deliberate action. Dreams remain dreams until you act. By consistently taking steps towards your goals, embracing challenges, and stepping out of comfort zones, you actively shape a story that is exciting, meaningful, and worth remembering. Lesson 6. Cut out the unnecessary. The core principle of this lesson is straightforward. A great story and a meaningful life requires focus. Just as a compelling movie or book removes scenes that don't advance the plot, your life becomes more powerful when you eliminate distractions, habits, and activities that don't serve your story. Psychologically, humans tend to fill their time with routines, comfort, and low-value activities because they feel safe and familiar. Social media scrolling, unproductive habits, or relationships that drain energy may seem harmless, but they clutter your life and prevent growth. In storytelling terms, these are the scenes that slow the narrative, reduce tension, and make the story forgettable. Donald Miller noticed this pattern in his own life. Even as he pursued meaningful challenges, he realized that much of his energy was wasted on unnecessary tasks, distractions, and unimportant obligations. To create a life worth living, he began intentionally removing what didn't matter, saying no to commitments that didn't align with his goals, letting go of toxic habits, and focusing on experiences that added meaning, connection, or growth. By trimming the excess, he created space for moments that truly shaped his story. The lesson here is clear. Eliminating the unnecessary allows the essential to shine. When your attention, time, and energy are focused on meaningful actions, your life becomes richer, more intentional, and more memorable. To apply this in real life, start by evaluating your daily habits and commitments. Ask yourself, does this contribute to the story I want to live? Does it align with my values, goals, or relationships? If the answer is no, remove it. Simplify your schedule, prioritize high-value activities, and protect your focus. Even small changes like limiting social media use, cutting toxic relationships, or saying no to low-impact obligations can create dramatic improvements in your life's story. Takeaway: a meaningful life is not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. By cutting out distractions, focusing on the essential, and intentionally shaping your story, you make room for the experiences, challenges, and connections that truly define your life. Less clutter, more impact, more story worth telling. Lesson 7. Embrace courage and risk. The central lesson here is this: living a meaningful, adventurous life demands courage and a willingness to take risks. Staying in your comfort zone may feel safe, but it rarely leads to growth or unforgettable experiences. Every hero faces uncertainty, and to create a life worth telling, you must face it too. Psychologically, humans are naturally risk-averse. Our brains are wired to avoid danger and seek comfort. While this instinct keeps us safe, it can also trap us in routines and prevent us from achieving our full potential. True growth occurs when we step into situations that challenge us, push our boundaries, and stretch our abilities. Risk is not the enemy, it's the vehicle for transformation. Donald Miller illustrates this principle through his personal journey. Early in his attempt to rewrite his storyline, he confronted challenges that scared him. He signed up for long-distance cycling trips, tackled demanding adventures, and made career choices that required him to step out of his comfort zone. Each risk brought uncertainty, discomfort, and even fear, but it also led to growth, new experiences, and stories worth telling. Miller realized that avoiding risk meant avoiding life itself. The moments that shaped his story were the ones where he acted courageously, even when he didn't know the outcome. The lesson is clear. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means taking action despite it. Every meaningful achievement, every memorable experience, and every transformative story requires a willingness to face uncertainty. To apply this in your own life, start small if needed. Identify areas where fear or comfort is holding you back and take a deliberate step forward. It could be pursuing a new project, starting a conversation, trying a physical challenge, or making a difficult decision. Notice that growth rarely comes from predictable paths. Your story deepens when you choose bravery over safety. Takeaway: life's most memorable and meaningful stories are written by those who take risks.
Courage turns ordinary experiences into extraordinary adventures, transforming your story from predictable to remarkable. Step into fear, embrace uncertainty, and let risk guide you to the life worth living.
Lesson 8. Meaning comes from connection. One of the most important truths Donald Miller teaches is that the richness of life comes from the connections we form with others. Achievements, personal growth, or even adventure lose much of their value if they are experienced alone. Relationships, family, friends, colleagues, or community add depth, purpose, and meaning to your story. Psychologically, humans are wired for social connection. Studies consistently show that strong, meaningful relationships contribute more to long-term happiness than money, status, or personal success. Connection provides support in tough times, amplifies joy during accomplishments, and gives context to life's experiences. Without it, even the most exciting events can feel hollow. Donald Miller demonstrates this idea through his personal journey. While he was pursuing adventures and personal challenges, he realized that the moments that truly shaped his life were shared with others. From forming deeper friendships to creating meaningful partnerships, he noticed that collaboration and connection turned ordinary experiences into memorable stories. For example, his physically demanding cycling adventures became far more meaningful when experienced with others, highlighting that shared effort, trust, and camaraderie enrich any story. The lesson is clear. A story is only as compelling as the relationships within it. Personal achievements are valuable, but the impact of a life is measured by how you engage with others, touch lives, and cultivate meaningful bonds. Experiences gain weight and significance when shared, creating memories and stories that endure. To apply this lesson in your life, start by intentionally investing in relationships. Prioritize quality time with loved ones, practice active listening, and offer support to those around you. Seek opportunities to create shared experiences, whether through collaboration, mentoring, or community involvement. Even small acts like expressing gratitude, helping someone in need, or simply being present strengthen connections and enrich your life's narrative. Takeaway: a meaningful life is built through connection. Relationships transform ordinary experiences into extraordinary moments and give your story the depth and purpose that achievements alone cannot provide. By nurturing bonds and sharing experiences, you create a life that is not just lived, but remembered. Lesson 9. Your story is still being written. Donald Miller reminds us that no matter your age, circumstances, or past choices, your life story is far from finished. Every day offers a new opportunity to make meaningful decisions, embrace challenges, and add purpose to your journey. The ending of your story isn't predetermined. You have the power to shape it. Psychologically, people often feel trapped by their past or overwhelmed by routines. This mindset can create a sense of inevitability, making it easy to assume that life has already happened to them. Miller challenges this perspective, showing that the narrative of your life is dynamic. Just as a writer revises a story to create a stronger plot, you can revise your choices, actions, and focus to improve your own life story. In the book, Miller reflects on his personal journey and realizes that waiting for life to just happen left him feeling unfulfilled. By intentionally stepping into new experiences, embracing challenges, and focusing on meaningful connections, he began to actively rewrite his story. Each decision, big or small, became a plot point, turning his life from a passive existence into a story worth telling. He emphasizes that it's never too late to start living intentionally or creating moments that matter. The lesson is empowering. You are always in the process of writing your story. Past mistakes or missed opportunities do not define the entirety of your narrative. What matters is how you respond now, the choices you make, and the risks you take to move toward a life that is fulfilling and purposeful. To apply this in your own life, start by asking yourself, what kind of story do I want to tell?
Then take deliberate actions that align with that vision. Begin small, trying new activities, connecting more deeply with others, or tackling a challenge that scares you. Over time, these choices accumulate, creating a life story filled with meaning, adventure, and personal growth. Takeaway: your story is ongoing, and every day is an opportunity to shape it. By living intentionally, embracing challenges, and focusing on what truly matters, you can ensure that your life becomes a story worth telling, inspiring both yourself and others.
The final summary of the book. At its core, A Million Miles in 1,000 Years teaches that life is a story, and you are the author. Donald Miller shows us that the experiences, choices, and relationships we cultivate determine whether our story is dull or meaningful, ordinary or extraordinary. It's not enough to drift through life. True fulfillment comes from living intentionally, embracing challenges, and taking responsibility for your narrative. The book emphasizes several key truths. Life gains depth through conflict and challenge. It becomes inspiring when you serve others, and it only moves forward when you take deliberate action. Comfort and routine may feel safe, but they often leave us with stories that are forgettable. By stepping out of our comfort zones, making courageous decisions, and focusing on what truly matters, we shape a life worth telling. Connection is another central theme. Miller reminds us that relationships and shared experiences are what give our story its richness. Achievements alone are fleeting, but bonds with others create memories, meaning, and purpose. Finally, the book leaves us with a powerful reminder. Your story is still being written. Past mistakes, missed opportunities, or fear do not define your life. Every day provides a chance to make choices that transform your story, creating experiences and impact that matter. In essence, this book is a blueprint for intentional living. Influence and success aren't about wealth, comfort, or status. They're about action, growth, connection, and contribution. By seeing your life as a story and taking steps to live it fully, you can create a narrative that inspires, fulfills, and endures. Personal reflection. Reading A Million Miles in 1,000 Years personally transformed the way I view my daily choices and habits. Before, I often drifted through routines, letting days pass without much thought about the bigger picture. Miller's message that life is a story and I am the main character made me realize how much power I have over the narrative of my own life. One example that had a strong impact was the idea of embracing conflict and challenge. I began taking small but deliberate actions that pushed me out of my comfort zone, tackling new projects, committing to consistent learning, and saying yes to experiences that previously intimidated me. Even simple actions like setting clear goals and prioritizing meaningful connections started creating momentum in my life story. Another lesson that resonated deeply was focusing on connection and contribution. I began intentionally investing more time in relationships, checking in with friends, helping others where I could, and collaborating on projects that made a difference. These actions didn't just feel good, they added depth and meaning to my everyday experiences, making life feel more vibrant and purposeful. The result of applying these lessons has been noticeable. I feel more intentional, more present, and more excited about my life. Instead of drifting through days, I now see each moment as an opportunity to write a better scene in my story. Miller's book serves as a reminder that even small, consistent actions accumulate into a life worth telling. Takeaway? By living intentionally, embracing challenges, and focusing on meaningful connections, you can actively shape your life into a story that's not just lived, but truly memorable. Critical analysis. A Million Miles in 1,000 Years offers a refreshing perspective on life by framing it as a story. But like any book, it has both strengths and limitations. One of its strongest points is how effectively Donald Miller translates storytelling principles into practical life lessons.
By connecting narrative structure to personal growth, he provides a framework that is both relatable and actionable. Readers are encouraged to take responsibility for their lives, embrace challenges, and focus on meaningful relationships, ideas that have universal appeal and timeless relevance. Another notable strength is Miller's use of personal anecdotes. His honest reflections make abstract concepts tangible, and his journey from a passive life to an intentional, story-driven existence inspires readers to examine their own lives. The book also succeeds in balancing motivation with practical advice, making it suitable for a wide audience, from students and professionals to anyone seeking personal development. However, the book does have some limitations. At times, the narrative can feel anecdotal rather than data-driven, which may not resonate with readers looking for evidence-based strategies. Additionally, the book's framework is somewhat idealistic. Not all life circumstances allow for risk-taking or dramatic change, and Miller's examples may feel out of reach for those facing significant personal or financial constraints. Some readers might also wish for more concrete exercises or step-by-step guidance to implement the lessons consistently. Despite these minor shortcomings, the book's value lies in its philosophical approach to intentional living. It challenges readers to rethink comfort, routine, and passivity, while emphasizing the importance of action, connection, and purpose. Its strengths in storytelling, motivational impact, and practical life applications outweigh the limitations, making it a powerful tool for anyone seeking to live a more meaningful and memorable life. Takeaway: while not a strict how-to guide, Miller's book excels at inspiring reflection, personal accountability, and actionable change. Its lessons are timeless, and its story-driven approach makes complex concepts engaging and easy to relate to real life.
Call to action. If you found this summary of A Million Miles in 1,000 Years valuable, thank you for watching. I hope it inspired you to see your life as a story worth living. Take action, embrace challenges, and focus on meaningful connections. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more book summaries that can help you grow personally and professionally. I post 3 book summaries every week, covering lessons from personal development, productivity, and life-changing ideas to help you live intentionally. Remember, your story is still being written. Every decision, action, and connection adds a new scene. Start today. Embrace the challenges, focus on what matters, and make your life a story worth telling. Thanks again for watching, and have a fantastic day.